Well, here we go again. Gonna rile up the base. Well, last one was the first one where I had more thumbs up than down. But after seeing him on the job for one day and seeing who he's supposedly going to nominate, I had to add this to the front lawn. Gingrich, Christie, Bolton, and Giuliani, old farts that still stink, and they sure do. I don't know if any of you know any of their histories. Giuliani, of course, was the mayor of all mayors because of 9/11, but the first thing he wanted to do was to suspend elections. That's nice, Rudy. And then, of course, he had other political ambitions, but the fact that there was a big fight between him and his second wife, which he divorced, and now he's working on his third one. I don't know if they're still together or not, but you'll see there's a little trend going along here. Then, of course, we got Christie, who couldn't, who has the lowest rating of any governor in the history of New Jersey, and might himself be indicted for Bridgegate. Now you say, well, why the hell didn't they say something beforehand? Well, Bridgegate was a deal where the two people that were ultimately responsible, that they had to plead no foreknowledge of the thing or they'd have been guilty. So they pleaded not guilty, and they argued that they had no knowledge of this beforehand. Therefore, they couldn't come in and say that Christie had pre-knowledge of it, or would have would have been an indictment of themselves. So after they lost, then apparently they had a change of heart and told the truth, and Christie and implicated Christie. And of course, he denies all anything to do with it, but he might in fact end up being indicted himself. Then what do we have? Really, then we have John Bolton. Now, John Bolton was such a horror story that his employees said he was a bully, and he was going around like J. Edgar Hoover trying to get blackmail information on many members of Congress. Now, when he was to be appointed or they attempted to appoint him, Bush did, to be the to head our membership in the United Nations, to be the secretary to the United Nations, that the Senate and the Congress wouldn't appoint him. So they did like Obama has done on occasion. When the Senate was in recess, they made a recess appointment, and he put Bolton in. And by the time things got moving, that Bush was out of office, and so was Bolton. But Bolton is so far right that you're going to have to come up with another term when you talk about left and right with him, because he's so far down the line that you just have to invent some term. And then who's left? Giuliani, what do we say? Bolton. Newt Gingrich. All right, now Newt's as far right as they come, also, and of course his political career and everything else was ruined by his affairs on the side also. Now Christie can escape the affairs on the side, because who the hell's going to bed with that fat fuck? But you'll see a little consistency here with Giuliani having 3 wives and Gingrich having a couple of them. That misogynist pig like Trump likes to surround himself with other pigs. So we're in for some really hard times if either Christie or Giuliani get appointed as the they will, because we have Congress run by the Republicans, get appointed to be Attorney General or some like position. That all you Trumpites that voted for change are going to find out that you got the same old farts in there, and they're so far right wing that you can't really call change when you throw the car in reverse and go back 50 years. And that's right where we're headed, and we're headed in a lot worse direction on the economic front, which I will cover in another video pretty soon. But all of you Trumpites, please leave your loving thumbs down, and please comment and tell me if there's any thing at all that I said that isn't absolutely true.